Today 517 in my HEX journey. I hope you're doing all great. Thanks to my latest subscriber whatdoyouknownow.com. Welcome to the hood, brother, and please now make sure to smash this like button. Let's get this video up to 200 likes. Hit that subscriber button and turn on post notification to get notified for every new video. And now let's get started with today's episode. In today's video we have three main topics. First, we're gonna have a quick look at the recent price actions. It looks really green. HEX is pumping and we are holding above 2 cents for the moment. Then the second topic will be a short summary. What do we know after the 6-hour live stream and some recent published news in the HEX and Pulse Chain Telegram group. And then the last part will be some questions from the community, and we will see as well what is the community adopting for some strategies in the future when Pulse Chain will launch. All and that more in this video. So let's get started right away with the recent price action. And if we hit on nomics quickly, you can see we're sitting at the position 17 for the moment. Decent up 15.35%, just holding the line above 2 cents for the moment. The market cap is above 10 billion US dollars again, sits around 11.78 billion US dollars for the moment. So this is wonderful. Let's check the Uniswap version 1 chart. It looks just decent. It looks perfect. We are following the line. We are following the trend up and to the right. This is the way we should go. Let's switch to the Uniswap version 2 chart, and I didn't change anything since the last video, so we still have this line, which is maybe the last accumulation phase possible below 2 cents. We don't know, as now it looks that HEX was just pumping in the last couple days like crazy. Maybe we will see another dip just slightly below 2 cents, maybe even lower. Crypto can drop every time below 80 or even more percent, so don't you worry, but it looks like HEX is just about to explode once again. So now to the second topic. Maybe you already saw the pinned message in the pulsechain.com Telegram group. Don't get confused, there are some other groups out there called Pulse Chain or something. The official Pulse Chain is pulsechain.com in the Telegram group, so don't get confused. Better ask twice in the official hex.com Telegram group if you're confused. So let's have a quick look over this. Many people are already covered this information so far, and it's only a thought experiment. These are just ideas for you guys to talk about. Have no expectation for the work of others. Get your ideas out there. This is a really big point. If you have some great game theories, great ideas, just let them know in the Telegram group. It's still time to adopt some ideas, to think about some ideas. This is a rough overview what could maybe happen, and I'm really appreciate you guys. Please consider it's all not finished. It's not set in stone yet, so we don't know yet if this will really happen, but maybe it shows you a little bit the direction where we could go. So let's get started right away. I will do a short drawing after that as well to try to visualize a little bit better what you guys could expect from this upcoming hard fork of Ethereum. So first, there is freemium coins removed dedicated after 30 days. This is the top cryptocurrencies worth of sacrifice. This is awesome. ERC20 tokens don't need freemium pulls as they already get the copy of their ERC20s. If you saw my videos back in the days, you know that the system state should be fully copied. That means if you held any ERC20 tokens in your wallet, you will get a pulse version of it. So this is pretty smart. Don't get even more pulls for ERC20 tokens because they already have their shit. Allocated by USD value at a fork and whales removed. This is pretty dope. And if we scroll down a little bit more, yeah, actually in the live stream he talked as well about that you can see on etherscan.io some lists of scam coins or other addresses. They will be excluded, similar to the HEX launch phase when you saw the big whale penalty and other mechanism to pretend big whales and other addresses from early adoption. So let's move on. So next point will be the multi-chain sacrifice phase. Verify these addresses are accurate. I will explain you in a second what we mean with this. Let's consider the list, which is not final at all, but we can already see some tokens listed up here, and this would be a nice list of multi-chain. Like we have Bitcoin on the top, this is a chain. We have some Ethereum tokens which are running on the Ethereum blockchain, and we have even other chains out there which will be possible to sacrifice to the Pulse chain launch. So if we scroll down a little bit, you can see what the sacrifice launch phase is exactly. You have 30 days to send your coins to the sacrifice address. The cost of X is just a placeholder, could be pulse in the future, or maybe X will never be existing, it will be pulse straight away. Just don't care for this at the moment. The cost of X goes up 4.2% per day, 3.3x on day 30. The cost of X also goes up 4.2 per million USD equivalent, and as well, if we're gonna hit 100 million USD, it goes up 59x. This is a hard number to choose. Maybe this number will change. Keep in mind, this is all speculation at this point, and we should just trust in stuff which will be announced in the future, and once it's set in stone, we can also trust the things. But this is the experiment. This is maybe the way it will go, and it's really interested in. So on day 31 to 32, the total sacrifices across all the chains will be measured and credited. Anyone can verify all the time the addresses, so who is spending how much on the sacrifice addresses, and also to verify these addresses, and this is the point which I was talking before, you will have some addresses where you have to send your coins to, and to be really sure that you don't send your coins to the wrong sacrifice address, you can verify this on 3 different sources. For example, the pulsechain.com website, you can verify this on a Telegram group or on a twitter.com official profile. This is just some ideas, just to be really sure that you send your sacrifice coins to the right address. So on day 33, the final rankings will be published. I'm pretty sure you should see a little website out there which you will be able to mint your own tokens. This has some tax purposes. For example, in the United States, the token should have the value of 0 when it is launching, and this is wonderful to work like this. The addresses sacrificed from are now in the address set is now prepared to receive the new coins. So no worries, every address you are holding the private keys for on your MetaMask wallet, for example, and then you're gonna send the coins to the sacrifice address, you will have the same address on the new Pulse chain network as long as you hold the private keys to your wallet, as the last video on my channel showed you. So you should be easily able to claim or mint your tokens. Pulse chain is currently the only chain we know using the X sacrifice set. This is really innovative. This is really dope. So we're gonna continue right now. 30 days after the mainnet launched, all the freemium addresses have the freemium amounts of Pulse chain dedicated from them. Other game theory is likely to exist. These are just ideas. So this is just a rough idea. Also, please keep in mind, a lot of people underestimate maybe this. The OA address, the origin address, will also have a behavior, of course, on this launch phase, and we will see how the OA address will react in the launch phase and after the launch phase is done. Besides, because we are moving from proof of work, like which we have in the Ethereum blockchain, we're gonna move from proof of work to proof of stake. This means we're gonna need some validators. For the moment, there's a number out there, 33 validators, could be around the globe distributed. It will be a fee burning mechanism of 25% fees, so people with active stakes can delegate their staking power to the validators, and the validators with the most delegated stakes will also automatically earn the most fees. I think there will be a rotation. Anyway, we will see this, and we can see now the people can delegate their stakes to the validators. This is what I just said. That rewards them back in the largest percentage of the fees, and there is zero inflation. So, but keep in mind, once you delegate your stake, you will also not receive your HEX, I guess. So I'm gonna continue quickly. This is the summary from the HEX Telegram group and the last 6-hour live stream of Richard Hart. So once again, let me switch to the drawing board real quick, and if you're going to do this in full screen, you can see it even better. So what we know now, we will have a launch phase of 30 days. You have time to sacrifice your coins in those 30 days. Maybe you still hold some tokens, some Bitcoin, some Ethereum, or some random tokens. The list will be published soon enough. So let's assume you have a big bucket. This would be the sacrifice addresses, and we have now Bitcoin, for example, or we have even HEX. You can also sacrifice HEX, and I will come to this in a minute. You have maybe some ADA, if you like ADA, and even the Ripple army is maybe welcome. We will have some XRP, and everything will flow into this sacrifice bucket. Even USDC. is available. So everything in this 30 days will flow into this sacrifice bucket, and this is a perfect name because you should not have expectations from others. And the sacrifice bucket, a sacrifice address, or how Monthly calls it, a sacrifice chamber, it is gone forever. So after 30 days, what will happen? We saw in the Telegram chat that there will be some measurements, some rankings happening on day 31 to 32. At least on day 33, you should be able to mint your tokens. What does this mean? Let me proceed. So once you have your wallet in here, you will be able to get the fork wallet, and you will have all the coins which you have before. For example, if you hold any Ethereum before, or if you hold any HEX before, we talked about this already, HEX, liquid and staked HEX, or you sacrificed some coins up here from the sacrifice process, you will be able to mint your tokens directly to your new wallet, which will be running on the Pulse Chain network. But keep in mind, this is the same wallet address like on Ethereum, so you have to be not too worried at all. We know this already from other blockchains. You just connect your MetaMask wallet and you're gonna change a little settings in your MetaMask wallets, and I'm pretty sure the guys out there will be even do this on an automatic way. And no worries, I will cover you as well how to proceed in this behavior, but for now this is the thing which will go on. And this is really interesting because you will have now not just all the forked copies, because we have gone with a full system state, you will also receive all your Pulse tokens on the Pulse chain directly. For example, if you sacrificed some ADA, you will get some Pulse ADA on your wallet directly. If you, for example, sacrificed some Bitcoin, you will receive some Pulse chain Bitcoin. And you can really start to be a whale again in this new ecosystem. Of course, you can also buy as much Pulse as you like. You can then buy, for example, with this Pulse more pay HEX like Pulse HEX, because I'm assuming that HEX will also be a very active chain or a very active smart contract in the Pulse ecosystem, like it was today in the ERC20 ecosystem of Ethereum. So now let's go back step to the community. We can see this. We have different strategies out there already. So for example, Earthling was posting earlier today a Pulse chain launch game plan. Keep all the stakes so you get the duplicate. This means the airdrop, the hard fork, which will give you all the same on the Pulse chain network. Buy more liquid HEX now and sacrifice all the liquid HEX for Pulse. Why do this? You maybe ask yourself. This is simple. Why not just to pump your own bags of HEX instead of buying now all the other tokens and pump some other bags? So once you sacrificed your HEX for Pulse, then wait for the launch phase, mint your Pulse or whatever, buy more PHEX with this Pulse and stake, if you like, for 5,555 days your Pulse HEX. And of course you can also hull some Pulse directly in your wallet. This sounds like a decent plan. We can already see T-Bird, nice plan. I'll be forking this plan, and Vince, I'll be forking your fork. They are just going crazy now. Just calm down, guys, a little bit. It's all speculation and you should not have any expectations from work of others. If we scroll further down, you can see Dozen Hawks also has some ideas. All new funds go to liquid HEX that will be sacrificed, plus my monthly stakes coming out before sacrifice will go for it as well. This means you're gonna sacrifice, or you're gonna build up a liquid HEX position now. You're gonna sacrifice this HEX for the Pulse HEX version. This is a really dope plan. I'm still thinking a lot about what to do in total, but for now this sounds like a great plan. So let me proceed with the second post. Hexicans, I know there is some votes out there. Let's scroll down a little bit. We can see best strategy. For example, Dolomite has a strategy: buy more HEX, help pump the price. This is what I just said, and sacrifice it for Pulse. You will get it to a ratio from 10,000 to 1 on a base of Ethereum. So you can also consider what Hextopia is saying, or you can do what I consider the high IQ thing, which is to buy HEX and hold it for the 1-to-1 airdrop. This is an easy going. This is what I will do with my wallet. I will not emergency and stake any stakes, of course. I will hold my ERC20 HEX staking ladder. I will get a decent 1-to-1 copy on the Pulse chain. Of course, we're gonna gamble with some liquid HEX to see what we can do on the new Pulse ecosystem. If you sacrifice HEX Pulse, you won't get the PRC20 version of HEX. That's a nice one, the PRC20 version. So he considering just to hold the liquid HEX, he will get the airdrop and then sell your HEX like the ERC20 HEX for more pulls, and after the sacrifice period makes you truly outstanding gains. Maybe this is the other side of the moon, like Dolomite said. There is a lot of game theory behind this, but I also like to point out the Swifty Squid Hexon, because sacrificing HEX for pulls is not smart. We all bought HEX to learn and exercise delayed gratification. I have to give him credits for this. You either believe this or not, Pulse is not HEX. This is also true. Pulse is just the underlying ecosystem where, for example, today we have Ethereum, which is HEX running on. Pulse is attempting to be ETH 2.0. This would be an idea like many other coins. Keep your eyes on the price. HODL, ETH, HEX, and Pulse HEX. He's really smart. I consider this as well. We should maybe not sell your HEX quite often, but you could maybe buy some HEX now just to pump the price harder than it could even go before. Let's consider the last post from Ralph Afghanistan. Thanks very much. I have a question. So to maximize the sacrifice phase, we have to buy more ERC20 tokens and keep them liquid. What happened to hexagons doubling their bags? So to the first point, like we said this already, maybe you would like to buy some other ERC20 tokens. If you have some other projects out there which you really like, then just go ahead. But if you're a truly hexagon, maybe just buy some more HEX just to pump your own bags. Then sacrifice this HEX for some more pulls, buy some more P-HEX with your pulls, and you will be at the same position now, just with a much larger bag. And the second point, what happens to hexagons doubling their bags? Yeah, we were doubling our bags with a one-to-one airdrop, but of course maybe the price discovery will be a rough one in between the two chains. We have no idea how this will happen. The market will show us as soon as HEX will be launched on Pulse chain. So let's consider the last post as well. Hey dog, need your opinion about the following. Pulse launch game plan. Keep all the stakes so they duplicate. I agree with this on Pulse. Buy more liquid HEX. This is what we see. Like I see you guys. I totally agree with this. This could be a really great plan, but I repeat myself, please consider we have a lot of big players out there. We have also the OA address, which will probably take part in the game, and I think we will see even more details. So let me switch back to the camera for the end. Right now we see more details in the future once we have a solid plan. I guess Richard Hart and the developers will announce this pretty soon. The last live stream gave us a rough direction, so for now it's all speculative, but we have at least a little bit light at the end of the tunnel what could happen, and I'm really looking forward for this launch phase. So with that, we are already by the end of this video for today. If you found any value in it, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. This would be really appreciated. Drop a comment down below if you have any questions. Stay long and fat, stay safe out there, and see you in the next one. Peace.